Did they know that he'd joined the lodge? Well, did they tell the people that he was a Freemason?
No.
Oh, maybe they needed him in. Now, they're pretty serious accusations I just laid onto that DVD, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. True.
No, a jury will say if they're true or false. Now, this is what Senator Metcalf... Could we go back to the book? In that book, there are some what you call Senate committee meetings that have had to go through this. So there are various Senate inquiries from some of the states. This is only a portion of a senator saying something about fractional reserve banking. This is the next one, Senator Metcalf. The crucial question is, where was that $1 billion just before they touched the computer and put it into the checking account? Answer, it didn't exist. Would you like a checkbook where you can write a cheque without anything in the account?
Absolutely.
Because that's what's happening here. That's exactly what's happening here. But who's got to keep ticking the account over? The guy that gets in the BW, goes for 3 days, does a bit of work, and gets paid, and puts it in the bank. That keeps it ticking over. That's what you call the slaves in Egypt. Well, that's a big term. But didn't God send Moses to set them free?
Yeah.
Was he doing it again?
Yes.
Hallelujah. Answer, it didn't exist. We the people allow a private banking system to create money at will out of absolutely nothing. That's a big power. How do we know they do this? Because in a bank matter, you only have to say to the court, Your Honour, we want discovery of the bank account. Now that means if the bank gave this client $1 million, there should have been $1 million in the account they transferred it from. We want that account that shows the transferring. I wonder why the bank won't give her the books. And why does the court not allow the discovery? Because that's pretty simple logic. If you've got 10 million and 1 million transfers, there's $9 million. Where'd the other $1 million be land? You're claiming the money, claiming the farm. Now you have to prove that was your money that got that. Oh, we gave them the right to draw down. That's not the question. The question was, did you have the money? Or did you fraudulently imply that you had the money but you didn't have it? It's a different issue. The reason why I'm saying that is because that's the one that will save everyone's mortgages when the economics collapse. Next one, Brian. Senator Quigley, in reply to that. Are you saying the Federal Reserve Act... Now, the Federal Reserve Act was done 23rd of December 1913. Why is the date relevant? Christians? Because they're all home for Christmas. When the occult come in and did the act. When was the Acts Amendment Repeal Courts and Legal Practice Act shown to through your Parliament? 23rd of December 2003. All home for Christmas. While the boys stay there to do the deed. That's exactly what happened with this act. 23rd of December 1913. Gives to the national banking system as a whole the power to create money. In addition to what you have said about the Federal Reserve specifically. Good question asked. Senator Metcalf replies, yes, the fractional reserve system, that's what you call fractional reserve banking, that means there's only a fraction in reserve. I wonder how much. It's like doing a trip when you think, hang on, I need $1,000, but you only got 10 in your pocket. You've got a fraction in reserve. Yet the fractional reserve system implemented under the Federal Reserve Act of 1913 allows the banking system as a system to create money. I thought it was our deposits. Isn't that what they said it was? And we had such a lot of deposits we could lend some. Isn't that what they're saying they do? Well, hang on. Isn't that obtaining property by deception? Well, aren't they really saying, give me your deposits because we ain't got any? And in fact, now we have to collapse the economy because we're going to keep the bit you give us.
Yeah.
But Rudd said, we'll guarantee all the deposits. The problem is you've got to go to the same bank and steal it. Or did I get that wrong? Because I'm only a farmer driving a tractor. Round and round. God, you used to get sick of that round and around stuff, didn't you? On the old tractors. The fractional reserve system implemented under the Federal Reserve Act 1913 allows the banking system to create money to expand the money supply. The authority to expand or contract the money supply by changing reserve requirements given to a private banking system puts our whole money system in fearful jeopardy. Is that what's happening now? But did anyone out there on the media, when you get these ladies who are all doing the reports who look beautiful, as though they know what they're talking about, say anything about fractional reserve banking? Well, what are they out there for? They're there to dull the mind of the idiot watching.
Part of the system.
And then we get some other yahoo that they pan to who tells you what the bank's doing. Is that what's happening? What are they after? Your private property and then your soul. That's what they're after. Now that's the best case ever against it in the United States. The judge that did that judgment was poisoned 6 months after the judgment. First National Bank of Montgomery versus Jeremy Daly. Jeremy Daly was a farmer, he was also a lawyer. Who took the bank on with a jury trial, and the only person he put in the witness box was the president of the First National Bank, who admitted. Now that's now the judgment. The judge is now saying Mr. Morgan admitted that all of the money or credit which was used as a consideration was created upon their books. Which means we didn't have it, we wrote in that spot. That this was a standard banking practice exercised by their bank in combination with the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis. Who owns the Federal Reserve Bank? Because the bondholders are completely concealed from everybody in America. Why would they do that when they give the illusion it's the government's bank? It's not a government bank, it's a private corporation set up in 1913, December 23, to slam dunk the Yankees. Now, who set it up? A man who'd come from Germany in 1911 as a German immigrant, ended up as being the governor in 1913 of the first bank set up. And when you had the Versailles Peace Treaty in 1919, he sat at the table representing America. His brother sat on the other side representing Germany at the Versailles Peace Conference. Well, hello, Yankee. Exercised by the bank in combination with the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis, another private bank. Further, that he knew of no United States statute or law that gave the plaintiff the authority to do this. Is there one in our books? No. I don't know of any at the moment, but maybe they are. Maybe they're not, but I suspect they're not. Plaintiff further claimed that defendant, by using the legible created credit and by paying on the note and mortgage, waived any right to complain about the consideration, and that the defendant was stopped from doing so. Fair defence. You used the money, therefore give it back. And give us the farm too. Judge said, Here's the judgment. It is hereby ordered, adjudged and decreed. Number one. Now remember, when this flutter comes, all the bank says, give us your mortgage, give us your property, you mortgaged it to us. And they're already packing their gear to leave town with the mortgagee sale coming across it. Problem is, can they do that if they understood this? No. So what's God doing? Saying, no, your rights. Yeah. What's Nehemiah chapter 5 saying? Nehemiah chapter 5 says, you exacted usury, so give it back to the 100th part. How big's that? How big is that?
Big.
Number one, that the plaintiff is not entitled to recover the possession at Lot 19, Fairview Beach, Scott County, Minnesota, according